Welcome to KBW NXT and NXT UK Review. I am your NXT Predictions Champion, White Peppa. Alright people, so it's been a crazy day. As you can see, be the first ones ever to rock the White Peppa KBW exclusive shirt. DM me if you want one. We can get them made. Let's get that White Peppa Club up and running. So let's get into some news first before anything. We have a few little bits of NXT news. So with the Saudi Arabia show coming up June 8th, I believe it is, or June 7th, whatever it may be. What is June 7th? Yeah, so with the Saudi show is June 7th. NXT TakeOver was supposed to be on the 8th. So apparently TakeOver San Jose is going to be moved now. And I believe from what I read is going to be moved to June 1st now. So June 1st, NXT TakeOver San Jose. That will be the first time I have to defend my NXT predictions crown. Don't worry, I'm still going to keep this title. You guys are going to be getting White Peppa reviews for a long time. So I don't know how excited I am about them doing that or what, but that's what they're doing. Let's see here. I got one little piece of news. It's kind of a crazy story more than news. WWE NXT referee Tom Caster finishes a match after breaking his leg on the video, and it was like, if you ever watch basketball, the Gordon Hayward, like his leg was in the wrong direction, not like a stress fracture, like it was broken, like it was broken. It was disgusting, but my man was able to put a 3 count on somebody. I don't know how he did it, but I'm not 100% sure how he broke his, I'm not sure how he broke his leg. I did a little reading here, but the support he wound up getting from all the NXT and WWE superstars was absolutely incredible. Was absolutely incredible, and that's bananas. Like his foot was, they have like a still shot, and his foot is literally going up, and he's still counting the 1, 2, 3. That's a boss if I ever saw one. No offense, Sasha. So let's get on with it, my friends. Here is your NXT review for May 1st, 2019. A little bit on the agenda today. We have Forgotten Sons in action. Bianca Belair and Mia Yim starts to get into a little bit of a thang. We got Dominic Jagozovic, his name is, and Kushida's debut. So some fun stuff in store for you today. So first off, we do have the Forgotten Sons, as they are in action in a 6-man tag against Humberto Carrillo, Oni Lorcan, and Danny Burch. Forgotten Sons, they take this one. As it was a good match overall, but what's his name? I believe it's Carrillo did not realize that Riker was the legal man at the end of it, and he turned right into it, inverted DDT, and then they got the 3 count for 1, 2, 3 victory. So that's the feud that's kind of going on and on right now is Humberto Carrillo, Oni Lorcan, and Danny Burch trying to beat up on the Forgotten Sons, but it's just not happening. Good match overall. I wouldn't say nothing to write home about, but yes, Jackson Riker is still one of the most terrifying humans on Earth. Then we slip over to the Performance Center, where Bianca Belair is snapping at Mia Yim, telling her to, quote, keep my name out your mouth. Okay? You heard me? Keep my name out your mouth. So, this looks like it's about to start a little rivalry between the two, and I'm not all that sad about it. See, it all kind of stems from Mia Yim questioning Belair's failed attempts at dethroning Shayna Baszler as NXT Women's Champion. When I think last week she had an interview with Kathy Kelly. And apparently, Bianca Belair did not take kindly, went to the Performance Center to confront Yim. So she told her to keep her name out of her mouth, and they said, don't worry about it, we can settle this in the ring like women. And it looks like there's going to be a match to see how that all goes. That's right, we do have the KBW logo on our sleeves of our signature shirts. Next in action, and we're going to talk about this guy multiple times. Mansoor, he was in action against Dominic Dijakovic, and Dijakovic gets the win as expected when he tells you to, quote, feast your eyes, and he beat up on him pretty good. And then comes out the Velveteen Dream. So last week or a few weeks back, Dijakovic, dumbass name, he came out to, he wanted that North American title. He called out Velveteen Dream, I believe 2 weeks ago, about that North American title. Obviously no response from Dream. So Dream comes out tonight and has rewritten the entire Star Spangled Banner to basically talk about how great Velveteen Dream is. So he came out on his couch because Velveteen is that guy. So he came out, he let him know, and he basically promised to deliver words so true you could say that they're red, white, and blue. He made sure to remind him it's the Dream's NXT, and just like that, Dream over. So this rivalry is just getting started. I'm pretty excited about this. The Dijakovic is a very good athlete, and Velveteen Dream puts on a friggin' show every time he shows up. So, love it. Next, we have a little back scene with the Undisputed Era. As we know, they've been kind of splitting at the seams lately. So, we have Adam Cole talking about his match, I believe, with Matt Riddle next week. And he said after Roddy Strong failed, or something along the lines there, right? He said that, dropping the ball. He said after Roddy dropped the ball last week, now Adam Cole, Bebe, is trying to tell us that was a joke. He was just ribbing him, you know. Roddy didn't take it he took it a little more personal. He ran off, and the Undisputed Era looks pretty disputed right now. They don't look great. So that's something to look out for. I mean, will we not have an Undisputed Era by the end before they make their way up to WWE's main roster? Will that stable be gone, or will they become stronger than ever? Look to see. So next week, I believe it is, we will have Adam Cole taking on Matt Riddle, and that's an exciting match to look forward to next week. And in the main event of NXT was the debut of Kushida as he faced Cassius Cassius Ohno. This one was a pretty good match. You could tell there were some nerves on Kushida's part. There's a few oopsies here and there, but Kushida's entrance is dope with the Back to the Future look, the crazy cool glasses, and like the that his video was Titantron video was pretty good. So Chance and Kushida filled Full Sail, and it was a very good match. Kushida does wind up getting the win on a tap out of some crazy finisher. I don't even know how he got into it. It was crazy. He got in. He was messing around. He saw him flopping all around. All of a sudden, bang! He had like this leg finisher in on Cassius, and he had no choice but to give tap-a-roo. And Kushida gets the win. He does have this cool thing called the wind-up punch, which is a tribute to Yankees pitcher Masahiro Tanaka. And it does kind of look like his pitch wind-up, which is cool. Seconds later, he disarmed his foe with a running kick to the left arm before clamping the hoverboard lock, is what they're wound up calling it now. The hoverboard lock, and that was it for Cassius. And it kind of told him that he's here, and he's going to be a big part of NXT in the coming days and future. So, another good episode of NXT. A lot of good wrestling as always. Let's move across the pond. It's a pretty short edition here because it's going to be a pretty short edition of NXT UK. Not much really went down. We had 3 matches total. So first we start off with Travis Banks against this guy I was just talking to you about, Mansoor. He's pretty good. I like his look. He's like this cocky dude. But again, Mansoor earning his stripes. Takes the loss in this one to Travis Banks. It was a pretty normal. It was a head off the ropes, and he planted the Kiwi Buzzsaw is Travis Banks' nickname, and I think it's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. It was close to an upset. Mansoor looked really good for most of the match, but he could not handle the Kiwi Crusher. So that was a win from Travis Banks. I like Travis Banks. He's had some good matches here and there, but nothing to write home about. One of my favorite new acquisitions by NXT UK from the Mae Young Classic. Now, in the Mae Young Classic, Piper Niven was one of the best girls in there. She was literally one of the best women wrestling in there, and with her not winning, I was nervous that you wouldn't sign talent like that. Well, they did, as Piper Niven went up against Marina Gonzalez. It was a very good match. It went back and forth, but then the Scottish Sensation fought through all the injury and pain of her back that was suffered at the hands of Gina Rodriguez, and she hit her with the Inchikanku driver. Yeah, I said that, and I probably didn't say it right. What are you gonna do, bitch? But she hits that driver on her opponent, gets that 1, 2, 3. Piper Niven with another victory. She stays hot in her debut, or in her, fresh start here. To end NXT UK was a pretty epic match. United Kingdom champion Walter against Jordan Devlin. The Irish Ace was up to the task for most of this match. This was a very good back and forth match. Walter was bleeding pretty bad out of his mouth. Bruised up his knee from Devlin consistently going after it. It looked, it was way hard fought. At one point, it happens every episode, guys. So, call this the halfway through yawn. But actually, it's almost all the way through. Walter got him with a flail chop in this match. I have never in my life heard a louder flare chop than what this man gave him. I mean, it had this smack sound like a whale jumping into the water, just belly first, whap. It was so loud, and you could tell that even though Jordan Devlin is trying to act it off, there was pure pain in that man's eyes, and he dropped to his knees, and I feel like that was the most real drop to your knees you've probably ever seen in a WWE ring, because that was loud. Like, big shows were never even that loud. This was a loud bump. So, at the end of the day, though, the ring general was just too much for our man, the Irish ace, Jordan Devlin. So as long as he tried, he couldn't, and then he got the clothesline into that power bomb, and he has that pin that's just impossible, where he kind of just lays on you, but in a cradle, so you have no chance of really getting out of it. And so he got, after hitting him with that big power bomb, kind of falls on him for that cradle pin. 1, 2, 3. Walter stays on top, but then out of nowhere, Pete Dunne's music hits. Here he comes. So Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, this guy, he comes right down to the ring, and he just gets right to the point. He literally looks at Walter and says, "I want my rematch." Drops the mic, and that is how NXT UK ends. So my thought is that TakeOver San Jose, June 1st, you're going to get Pete Dunne, Walter 2. I have no problem with that. I wonder if they're going to put any kind of a stipulation on it to see if there's some kind of anything else they can, to spice up an already good match. I don't know if it's necessary to do, but I'm definitely looking forward to that match. So we shall see. This has been your NXT UK review with Roy, Peppa, and as always on our show, as we always like to say, we bid you adieu. So goodbye, and good night.